So for chapter 3 test, we have 6 sections. On this section, we've already talked about it, turning fractions into decimals using long division. Okay, so on number 2, the top number goes inside, the bottom number goes outside. Does 5 go into 4?
Yes.
No, so what do I need to do here?
Add a 0.
Add a decimal and put some zeros. What happens to that decimal?
0.10.
Goes straight up. So now, ask yourself, how many times does 5 go into 40? 8. So 40, subtract, we're done. So this is 0.8. What if you saw a pattern? What if you continued to see a pattern?
The line.
It would be repeating. Yep. What if we had a whole number? If I had 4 3/4, what if we had a whole number out in front of there? Yeah.
The whole number would go in front of the decimal, and then you would figure out the fraction.
Yep. Do not change this to an improper fraction. Okay? Keep that whole number out in front and then just do long division with the fraction. Okay? Don't turn it into improper fraction and then do long division. Okay? What if I had anything over 100? How would I write that as a decimal?
1.
0.01, okay? Tenths place, hundredths place. What about 7 over 10? How would I write that? 0.7, tenths place. Yeah?
Yes.
What if it was, nope, 3 over 1,000? 0.003. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay? The rest of them, like on these ones, you would do long division. Okay? Any questions on the first section?
No.
No? Okay, let's move on to second section. Writing decimals as fractions. How do we do that?
So you like so the number.
Robert.
What?
Raise your hand.
Since it's in like the 10th place, you just put 6 over 10.
Good. It's in the tenths place, so it's going to be over 10. Can I leave it like this, though? No. What does it need to turn into? Simplify to 3/5. Yep. Always. So once you get to this point in the test, you got to start reducing everything, simplifying everything. Did you have a question?
No.
Okay. On number 7, what is that 9 out in front? It's our whole number. So that just comes out in front, and then write the 0.75 as a decimal. How would you write that? It would be 3/4, but you get this first, right? And then you would reduce, right? Everyone with me? That's how we would get the 3/4, because 25 goes into both of those. Okay? What about number 9?
It'd be 6 2.
It is 6 9s. How do you get that, though? Gosh damn.
Oh, it's because the 9
It's just
goes the 6.
It is 6 9s, but let's walk through that process. If I elongated this, it would be 0.6666 repeating, right? Okay, our first goal is to get a whole number in that 0 spot. What do we multiply by?
Multiply by 6.
Not by 6, multiply by 10. Multiply by 10 on both sides. What's 10 times n? 10n. What do I get on this side?
6.
Good, that decimal just moves over, so I have 6 point, all those 6's that are still repeating. What is my next goal?
Divide by n.
Get the repeating gone. How do I do that?
Divide by n.
Not divide by n, subtract by n. We're going to subtract by 1n, and on this side, like we said, we're getting rid of that repeating part. What's 10 minus 1? So we have 9n. What's left on the right side? 6. So now what's our last step?
put 6 over 9.
Right, we're going to divide by 9 on both sides, so we get n equals 6 over 9, like you said from before. Okay? Any questions over turning fractions into decimals? Oh, sorry, decimals into fractions.
No.
All right. Now we're multiplying fractions. Okay? How do we multiply fractions? Yeah, Hazel.
You just multiply straight across.
You can multiply straight across. What else can you do? You can simplify top and bottom. Okay? On number 11, can we simplify anything? No, so we have to multiply straight across. What do we get? 4/9. Yep, multiply just straight across. Okay? And then ask if you can simplify. Can I simplify? No. On number 12, what kind of numbers are those? They're mixed numbers. What do we have to do with mixed numbers before we can start multiplying?
You multiply them. Like,
Turn them to improper.
multiply and then add
Yep, 6 times 1
6,
plus 1.
7,
Yep, so we have 7 over 6.
2, 3.
And then we would have, you're right, 3 over 2. Now we can multiply straight across or reduce. Can anything reduce?
Yes.
What?
6 and 3.
How many times is 3 going to 6?
1.
Twice. How many times is 3 going to 3?
1.
1. Now we can multiply across. What do we have on the top? 7 over.
4.
Can I leave it like this?
Yes. No.
No, why?
Because you gotta turn it. Whatever that was.
Turn it into
Improper.
mixed number. Because it's improper right now, so we need to go back to a mixed number. How many times does 4 go into 7? 4 goes into 7 one time. How many are left over? 3 over 4. Okay? So, biggest thing with these, make sure you change them to improper fractions first. Okay? Don't just multiply the whole numbers, multiply the fractions. Any questions over those?
No.
We're good with those 3 sections? All right. Dividing fractions. What's the big deal with dividing fractions? Yeah.
Keep, change, flip.
Keep, change, flip. Why do we do keep, change, flip?
It makes it easier.
Because it turns it into what? The change part. What are we changing? It turns it into multiplication. Yep. So here, what is our first step on 16? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Okay. Some people asked last period if this negative was for the whole fraction or just that number. Okay. That negative is for the whole fraction. Okay, so it really doesn't matter where that negative is. So from here, what do we do? You can simplify or you can just multiply straight across. Okay, what reduces? 3 and 3, what do they turn into? Ones. Now multiply straight across. 2 over negative, right? Don't forget that negative in there. Let's look at number 19. Okay, we have mixed numbers with multiplying and dividing. What do we need to do with mixed numbers? Turn them into improper. What does that first one turn into? 22 over 3. Divided by, what's that second one turn into? 17 over 6. Okay, what's my next step with this one? Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Now what can I do? I can simplify, reduce. What reduces? 6 and 3. 3 goes into 3. One time. 3 goes into 6. Twice. Awesome. Can I reduce anything else? No. So now I can start multiplying straight across. What do I get on the top? 44 over. Awesome. Can I leave it like this? No. What do I need to do? Mixed number. How many times does 17 go into 44? Twice. How many left over? 10 over 17. Biggest thing with multiplying and dividing, watch your negatives. Okay? And what's another big thing with multiplying and dividing? Keep, change, flip with dividing. What do we do with mixed numbers? Make them improper first. Okay? Any questions on multiplying and dividing fractions? Okay, you guys are doing awesome. All right. Now we're moving on to adding and subtracting fractions. This first, directions, but what's nice about, or what's our main goal with adding and subtracting fractions? You want the same denominator. Once you have the same denominator, is it pretty easy? Okay, so once we have the same denominator, what's our new denominator? It's the same thing, 7, and what do we do with the numerator? Add them together. So you get 7 over 7, which equals 1. Good. Number 22, what's my new denominator? 4, keep it the same. What do I get on the top? Yep, add straight across. Can I leave it like that? No, what do I turn it into? 3 and it is good. You have to change it to 1/2. Okay, you might have to reduce more than once. Just be careful with that, okay? They are in the same. First 5 are going to be like fractions. The second 5 are going to be unlike fractions. Let's look at number 24. What do we do when we have mixed numbers with adding and subtracting? What? What do you mean add?
Add them. take them
Do
away
we change
and
them
add
and do we take them into improper fractions? No. With adding and subtracting fractions, do not change them into improper. What is what we do instead?
You add the whole numbers together and then you add the fraction together.
Yep. Split up whole numbers. So our whole numbers are 4 and 3, and our fraction is 6/7 and 5/7. Now just do those both separately. What's 4 plus 3?
7.
7. What do we get for our fraction? 11/7. Can I leave 11 over 7 like that?
No.
No. What do I turn it into? 1 and 4/7. Can I leave my answer like this? No. You got to make it 1. What's my final answer?
8 and 4 7.
Awesome. 8 and 4/7. Job. Okay, are we okay with like fractions? Yeah? Okay. This is probably the toughest section. Okay? What is our main goal with these? Get common denominators. How do we get common denominators? Brayden.
Find which one they both can go into.
Find a number both go into. Okay? What was my little trick?
Do the bigger one.
Look at the bigger number and ask yourself from there. So our bigger number in this one is 6. Does 3 go into 6?
Yes.
Yes. So our common denominator is 6. So what's the fraction I have to change? 5/3. So we have 5 over 3. What times 3 gives me 6? 2. So I multiply by 2 on the bottom. I also multiply by 2 on the top. So I get 10 over 6. That replaces what?
36.
Good. That replaces this right here. So I have 10 over 6. Do I have to change this fraction? No. Minus 5 over 6. Now just simplify. What's my new denominator? It's 6, and then I get 5 over 6. Okay? Let me look. Let's look at this one.
24.
What do we got?
20.
What kind of numbers are those?
1, 4,
Mixed.
4.
Mixed numbers. What do we do with mixed numbers? Yep, split them up. So we have 4 plus 8.
12.
And then we need to get a common denominator. Start with your biggest number. 6. Does 4 go into 6? What's my next multiple of 6? 12. Does 4 go into 12? Yes. I heard you say 24. You could also do 24. That's fine, but you would just have to reduce more at the end. Okay? So we need to change it to 12. We have to change both of them, though, right? So start with your 1/4. What times 4 gives me 12?
3.
3. 3 times 1?
3.
3. So that replaces our first one. Now we need to change 1/6. What times 6 gives me 12?
2.
2. Good. So that replaces this one. Are we okay at this point? Does this, please say no if you're no. Does this part make sense?
Okay.
Do I need to go over it again? Okay. So what's 4 plus 8?
12.
12. What do we have for our fraction?
5, 12.
5 over 12. Good. Can I leave my answer like this? No. What would my final answer be? 12 and 5/12. Any questions for the good of the group over anything on this review? Or any troubles you often have, misconceptions, or you get confused about? We're good? All right.